Take a breath, not a deep one, just enough to notice that you are here. This moment doesn't ask anything from you. It doesn't need you to be productive, impressive, or perfect. It only asks that you stay. Art begins long before the first line is drawn, before color touches the surface, before the hand even knows what it's about to do. It begins in the quiet decision to show up. Sometimes we come to art full of ideas, other times we arrive empty, unsure, or tired. Both are valid starting points. There is no wrong way to begin. As the materials settle into place, notice their presence. The weight of the brush, the texture of the paper, the way light falls across the surface. These small details matters. They anchor us. Art is often treated as an outcome, something to finish, something to show, but creation is a process of listening. To intuition, to rhythm, to what wants to emerge rather than what we force into being. You don't really need to rush this moment. Let your hand move without explanation, without justification, without trying to turn it into something meaningful too quickly. Meaning has a way of arriving on its own. Every mark is a conversation between control and surrender, between intention and accident. Sometimes the most honest parts of a piece are the ones we didn't plan. Mistakes are not interruptions, they are invitations. They ask, what if we go this way instead? And in answering that question, we often discover something truer than the original idea. There is courage in continuing, even when the piece feels awkward, even when doubt creeps in, especially then. Doubt is not a sign of failure. It is a sign that you care. Notice how the artwork begins to take shape, slowly, unevenly, not all at once, not in a straight line. Creation mirrors life that way. We layer experiences, we erase, we revise, we leave some things unfinished because they were never meant to be resolved. And that's okay. You don't owe clarity to anyone. There is beauty in ambiguity, in softness, in things that refuse to be explained. Let this piece breathe. If your hand pauses, let it pause. If it moves faster, let it move. There is no pace you need to match. Comparison has no place here. This moment belongs only to you. Art can be a refuge, a place where the world quiets down. where expectations loosen their grip. Here you are allowed to be imperfect, you are allowed to experiment, you are allowed to change your mind. Nothing is permanent yet, and even if it were, that wouldn't make it less valuable. There's something deeply human about leaving traces of ourselves behind, brushstrokes, lines, colors chosen instinctively. They tell a story words often can't. You may not understand what this piece means right now, you may never fully understand it, but understanding isn't always the point. Sometimes art exists simply to be felt, to sit with emotion without naming it, to hold space for things we haven't figured out yet. As the layers build, notice how the piece starts responding to you. It pushes back, it surprises you, it asks for adjustments. This is a relationship, not one of dominance but of collaboration. You are not here to control the artwork, you are here to listen to it, and listening requires patience. If frustration appears, acknowledge it gently. It doesn't need to be fixed, it doesn't need to disappear. Let it exist alongside the process. Creation is not always peaceful, but it is honest, and honesty has its own kind of beauty. There's no final version of you, just as there is no final version of this piece. Both are always evolving. Every time you create, you bring a different self to the surface, shaped by time, by experience, by things you haven't even consciously noticed yet. That's why no two pieces are ever the same. Even when you try to recreate something, the moment has already changed, and that impermanence is part of the magic. As the artwork nears completion, or perhaps simply a pause, resist the urge to judge it too quickly. Art needs distance, just like emotions do. What feels unfinished today may feel complete tomorrow. What feels wrong now may become your favorite part later. Trust that. You don't have to explain your art, you don't have to defend it, you don't have to make it understandable. Its existence is enough, so is yours. Take one last look at what you have created in this moment, not with criticism but with curiosity. Ask not is it good, but it is honest. If the answer is yes, even slightly, then this time was well spent. When you are ready, step back, carry this calm with you, carry this permission to move slowly, to create without fear, to exist without needing validation. Art doesn't demand perfection, it asks for presence, and you gave that. That is more than enough.